But 15 seconds, that's all it takes to completely change everything.
I'm so sorry.
After a truly incredible opening weekend of $50 million at the domestic box office, it ends with us actually topped Deadpool and Wolverine on Monday, bringing in another $6.2 million domestically. It's basically made more money in 4 days than any Blake Lively film ever made in its entire theatrical run. Yeah. The movie had a budget of $25 million. This is a massive, massive, massive success. But guess what? Twitter is spending its Tuesday night telling Blake Lively that she marketed this film all wrong and telling her what she should have done. Yeah, so she alone, not Sony Pictures marketing and publicity, no. She alone is responsible for the whole marketing campaign. Gosh, she's a busy woman, including the trailer. Yes, they don't like the trailer.
He's tripped.
Some are claiming it deceived people and presented the film like it was a rom-com.
If one day you had a daughter,
What will you say to her?
she came to you and said the person she loved was hurting her, what would you say to her?
What version of hell are you in if you think that looks like a rom-com? It clearly hints and depicts several times that Blake's character Lily is being abused.
I just can't wait for you guys to experience this. We've put everything we had into it. Thank you so much for being here, and please enjoy.
Now, after the huge opening weekend, Blake took to her Instagram story and wrote, "Thank you to everyone who came out to show that people want to see films about women and the multitudes we hold. It Ends With Us is a story of the female experience, all the highest highs and the lowest lows, and we're so proud of it. We have been in celebration of this film and of getting a message so important out there to the masses. Thank you all for embracing It Ends With Us with the same love, pain, and joy we had sharing it with you all." And she shared the BBC News clip of her talking at the London premiere, and when I was putting the story together and I was formulating in my head what I was going to say at the end of this, I hadn't watched this clip yet of Blake. Blake nails it.
This movie covers domestic violence, but what's important about this film is that she is not just a survivor and she's not just a victim. And while those are huge things to be, they're not her identity. She's not defined by something that someone else did to her or an event that happened to her, even if it's multiple events. She defines herself. And I think that that's deeply empowering to remind people that no one else can define you. No experience can define you. You define you.
So I'm clearly not a woman, and I'm not a victim of abuse, but I am disgusted and offended by the rhetoric that is going on Twitter. They're saying it was inappropriate for Blake to wear nice clothes on the red carpet, and especially more offensive that she wore florals.
This is Britney's Versace dress, 2002, the butterfly dress.
Before I even knew that Britney's Every Time was covered on the film soundtrack, I thought this was a perfect moment of synergy for this film.
Her telling her own story the way she did and the way she's about to with her biopic, it just like, I don't know, this Britney has just meant so much to me forever. I'm a forever Britney stan.
It's no secret that Britney was abused and controlled under her conservatorship for 13 years. And no one is a better example of how that kind of treatment for a period of your life doesn't define you. There's still joy to be had, dancing to be done, and telling your story yourself. It's a great fashion moment, and that's what red carpet premieres are about, the fashion. It made headlines, increasing awareness of the film, and bonus, Britney reacted, so another round of the 24-hour news cycle, more awareness of the movie. Now, if Twitter had its say, I'm not sure what they would have wanted Blake to wear, but certainly wouldn't have gotten as much press as that Britney dress did.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the mom.
Blake and everyone in the cast, save Justin, because he was more talking as the director, and once again I covered that in the other segment, have kept the tone of the interviews on the lighter side of things because people don't run to the theater to watch a movie about domestic violence.
The story is told with such empathy that I feel like this movie can be healing, it can be a cautionary tale, and it can also it can be inspiring.
Hey, do you want to go see this movie where a guy's beating up a girl? You're not going to have a $50 million opening if that's what your marketing campaign is. I pointed it out during the Black Panther Wakanda Forever press tour as well, that while they talked about Chadwick's death, they really made an effort to bring some lightness to the proceedings as well.
Heartless.
Lily Bloom. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're emphasizing there's more to this story, there's more to Lily, and like Blake said, they're not just victims.
To me, I never really looked at it as a story about darkness or hope necessarily. Like, hope is in there, but I look at it as a woman's story.
Twitter seems to say that abuse victims, can't like flowers, they can't have any joy in their life, and they're solely defined by their abuse. Way to go, Twitter. Despicable. They wanted to see very somber interviews that only talked about domestic violence.
We all have an idea of what love can be.
I want to see you again.
Now you see me.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, abusive relationships start off real romantic. When not behind closed doors, he can seem like the perfect guy. And his partner, who's being abused, might be a bubbly, confident individual who just opened a flower shop down the street that seems so happy.
The first official customer?
Well, you'd have to buy something to be considered a customer. Right now, you're just loitering.
In real life, that's how it goes. It's not like Boogeyman, Billy Campbell, and Enough, or Ryan Guzman's Psychotic, The Boy Next Door. It's an important lesson to learn, and a lot of people learned it this weekend because the marketing convinced them to go see It Ends With Us to the tune of $50 million.
And I'm so proud of the work that we all did in this movie, and that's, you know, every single member on screen, all the people off screen. It was such a collective effort to get what you see on screen, and I just feel so proud of it, and I love it so much that it feels it feels like a baby of mine.
Incredible. Well done, Blake. She shared a link to the National Domestic Violence Hotline on her story today.
You really feel like we delivered a story that's emotional, and it's fun, and it's funny, and it's painful, and it's scary, and it's tragic, and it's inspiring, and that's what life is.